Good.
Denny, I know it's a different time of year and a different course, but does winning up the street a couple of years ago have any kind of bearing in your confidence this week?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely some good vibes here in Jacksonville. Obviously, winning up in Atlantic Beach. Actually talked about it yesterday. One of my buddies, Ben Coles, played there yesterday and brought back some good memories for me. I just living in Florida the last 5-6 years, I'm just comfortable when I get on Florida grass, even though this is overseed. I had a good week last week. Didn't quite get the result I wanted, but it was nice after a kind of a poor West Coast for me. So just getting a little bit of momentum last week on Bermuda grass. Felt good about my game coming into this week, and played a couple solid rounds, first 2 rounds.
Three is the least, how do I phrase this? There have been fewer holes in one at number 3 than any other par 3 on this course. How do you feel about that, and why do you think that hole has been so hard to do that to?
Yeah, it's a small little green. It's not, I probably made a hole-in-one on the most gettable pin, if you will. They like to tuck 2 or 3 pins up on that back left shelf, so I can see how that's tough to make hole-in-ones on those pins. I just had a really good number today to that pin. It was a perfect 8-iron for me, and just stepped up there and executed the shot. And it got a little lucky to go in.
Hey, Denny, can you tell us when your last hole-in-one was?
So I made one, my first one ever, my 4th year at the University of Virginia. So I was 22 years old when I made my first hole-in-one. And then I made one, it doesn't really count, I made one 3 months later, second ball practice round at Chambers Bay US Open. So this is really only my second hole-in-one officially, and really my first one in tournament play. So pretty cool.
Obviously, this tournament has a reputation for not favoring any particular style of play because of the course. What would it mean to you to have your first win at a place like this, something that's only been done one other time in the history of the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it would be amazing. I don't think I can let myself think that too far ahead.
Right.
I got off to a nice start. Played 2 solid rounds. I just got to continue to do that. Obviously, it would be special to be holding the trophy at the end of the week, but I think my game travels well. It suits. I feel like I can play any course, and I've done a good job of managing my game the last few days.
Having played this course, this tournament one time before, what was your sort of mental outlook about how you felt about this tournament and your ability to contend on a weekend?
Yeah, I love this place. I think it suits my game well. You don't need to be long. I hit a lot of 3 woods and 5 woods off the tee today. I think it's just unique. I'm someone who I don't see many stock shots. I like to curve it off tees a little bit, and when I need to use my imagination, I think that works to my benefit. So, a couple of tee shots yesterday and today where I need to, I'm forced to turn it around trees like number 2, a couple other holes where, it forces you to carve shots off the tee and carve shots into the green, which I like. It makes you be creative. It makes you be thinking at all times, and I like playing like that.
Denny, when did you move to Jupiter? And also, you have a lot of famous neighbors. Who do you play with, or do you play a lot with any of these with your other tour players?
Yeah, so I've moved to Jupiter right after I graduated from Virginia. So I've been down there about 6 years now. I play at Medalist. There's obviously a lot of great players there. I was fortunate enough to play with Tiger for the first time. Actually, shortly after the quarantine period, I think this got a year ago. Today or yesterday, this tournament got canceled, and I think I teed it up with Tiger like 3 weeks after that. So that was pretty cool. Played with Ricky and Justin, JT a few times. They play out there a handful of times, but it's just fun to be down there playing games with other pros. Play with Peter Uihlein a good bit. I mean, there's a lot of guys that I play with, and I'd say I do like to practice, but I'm more of a player, and I like to go out and play a lot and play some games.
So
how much does that help? How much does that help you? Your game playing with them all the time.
It helps a ton. I mean, every time you're home in an off week, and I'm such a competitor. So even for a little small money game, I get up to play, and it's good to get those competitive juices flowing in an off week. I feel like when you start playing again, go traveling on the road, you have that feel, even if the putt's worth whatever it's worth, even if it's not worth that much money, it's you still get that competitive juices going, and so it helps a ton to be able to play with great players at home.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Can
Danny.
you-
Thanks, Danny. Sorry, guys. We need to open.
Can I get one more?
Real quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
Have you ever taken any money off Tiger or any of those other big?
No, we never. I've only played with him once. We just kind of played a fun round. We zipped around in a couple hours, but I did play great that day.
Okay. So you led the player movement to Jupiter.
I guess you could say that. I don't think so.
Thanks, Danny.